Libra, my dear, happy new moon that is coming up in Virgo. I love you. And this is really intense stuff that you're going through. So I just want to give you that little bit of validation. Welcome to my new moon reading. My name is Sarah. If we have not met, I am a healer and consciousness from a different time and space that has come down to play human, to help human beings during this time of confusion, during the awakening, and to kind of help you make sense of a little bit of this woo-woo and what's going on. And so this reading, the grid behind me is going to be for Libra rising based on the chart, but these videos can always be watched by Libra sun. I'm sorry, I don't like my hair right now. Libra sun and Libra moon to get the vibrations of it. I would really love to highlight, I know that it is Virgo season, but because for Virgo sun, moon, and rising during the season, I offer a friends and family discount on readings. So they go from $140 to $100 for the session. For Libra, for this South Node transit for you, my dear, I would really love to offer that same thing for you. Like, this is really intense shit that you're going through, and I just want you to know that you are not alone. It might feel very, very confusing. You might feel extraordinarily angry and not know really what to do with that feeling and that sensation. I just want to give you this validation that what you're going through is astrological. It is something that your soul contracted before you came into this human form. And I'll give a little bit of the just like where the planets are and why you might be feeling the way that you are. But like I said, friends and family discount. So 140. It's 100. Please reach out directly. My email address is listed below, as well as there's a link to my website if you're keen for more information on who I am. But please don't destroy your life right now. And I am a Scorpio rising, so I have just gone through this transit. It's just that the Scorpio rising has a little bit different of a makeup than a Libra rising does. Scorpio rising is run by Pluto and Mars. Very, very intense. We live in cemeteries. Whereas Libra rising, you are run by Venus. We just had a Venus retrograde. Venus just came out of that retrograde. You might be looking at who am I and what the fuck is going on and why is it that I am so enraged that I would just scratch this person's eye out because they fucking cut me off in traffic. That's Mars alone in your sign. That's the South Node in your sign. Please, I did put out a full video on the South Node and Mars in Libra transit. I'll just give a little bit of where the planets are and how you might be feeling. And then we'll get some tarot cards going. And then please reach out for any questions or comment below what you are going through. This is a general wheel. These are like full whole sign houses. I don't even know how to say that. So your chart is very, very specific. And this can go by degree and things like that. So please don't take this as doctrine, but I'm just going to give a little bit of where the planets are and how you might be feeling, Libra. Sun and moon conjunct. When they're conjunct in the sky, that's a new moon. It's a perfect time to manifest because it's very, very dark in the sky. Perfect time to put some shit on the ground. It's the manure. It's all fertile and stuff like that. But this placement with just the sun alone at this very last bit of your chart, you might be fucking exhausted, absolutely exhausted, confused, feel like you're in a little bit of an energetic bubble and you don't really know what's going on. That's also Mercury retrograde in Virgo over here. The Venus retrograde for you was a little bit about community and the people that you have in your everyday life. It might be that you had some tiffs with people or people that have been really long-standing community members might be really not jiving with you anymore. And that might be really kind of earth-shattering. Not earth-shattering in a way where it's like, woe is me, but foundationally rocky. As if there was an earthquake and the actual foundation of your community house parable is a little bit am I on safe ground? Am I building something in quicksand? Am I building something too close to the tides? You know what I mean? Maybe you are. Who knows? We have Saturn and we have Neptune retrograde in your house of everyday life and practical service. This is completely in opposition, or these houses, the 6th and 12th house, the 6th house is in opposition to the 12th house where this new moon is. This is our health access. So it might be that your everyday life, are you waking up and doing things that you don't want to be doing? Are you waking up in bliss? Are you doing things out of unconscious, repetitive patterns, Libra? It's the type of thing that you know, September 1st, I celebrated my 10 years without smoking cigarettes. It was a huge day, and I was really, really grateful and excited about it. But when I was really in the thick of my addiction and I would get in the car, I would have buckled my seatbelt and there was a lit cigarette in my hand. I was like, how did that happen? Because I was a smoker and a driver, and I just absolutely, like, it was like drinking and smoking. It was built in. Gesturing emphatically and smoking. Like, it was just built right in. So I would love to highlight with these planets in Pisces, retrograde, when Neptune is retrograde, we do get the rose colored glasses kind of removed. And Saturn retrograde in Pisces, you know, what degree is it at? At 2 degrees right now, retrograde. It's going to go direct at 0 degree of Pisces, so it's not going to go back into Aquarius again, so the Saturn's going to stay in this house for you. These 2 planets over here can get a little bit like, it can be confusing for you to decipher, is this voice in my head an intrusive thought? Is this my intuition? Or is this my addiction coming back out again? Because I had to give my addiction a name, a voice, a whole personality. He was like this really fucking sassy guy. He's like, you want to smoke a fucking cigarette, don't you, girl? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. I'm like, this is not me. He's like, but it feels so fucking good. I'm like, but I'm dying inside. It's like when you can have those conversations outside of yourself and give your consciousness the chance to talk to that, you don't identify with that understanding anymore. It's also like the foundation and the beginning of your spiritual awakening when you can say, like, I'm so mad at myself. You recognize that there's a consciousness that's viewing the human, and the human didn't act the way that you, the real you, wanted it to. Same thing with everyday life. Same thing with that cigarette. It was so unconscious. I was like, that's my human just doing the same repetitive pattern that they know and that they're safe with and they're comfortable with. This is a new moon in the last house. This is the Piscean run house, which is it's like half in this world, half in the next. So much Libra does not need to make sense to you. I'm saying, like, you don't go to a medical doctor and tell them to describe to you every little bit of what it is that's going on. Say, like, this bone connects to this, and this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, and this chemical interacted with this, and then this, and then this, and then this. You just go and you're like, this hurts, and they tell you to do the thing, and then you do the thing, and then you go. Same thing with having a healer or a spiritual counselor or someone, an astrologer. You don't need to know that this is affecting this, that this is this. It's infinite information. If you're keen, if that's something that jazzes you up, then yeah, start to do research into that. But you don't need to know every single thing that's going on. All you need to know is the information that makes you feel safe and secure, comfortable and confident to move along in this reality as your true self. That's it. That's it. You're exhausted, feeling like some deals might have really fucked up and gone through. Yeah, there like so many ego shit things are happening. This is all, like, to me, this is all ego, but you integrating this, integrating the woo-woo, integrating, it's the foundation of quantum physics. The more you know you know nothing. The more information that you tell yourself, the more you can actually consciously say, the master knows that they are a perpetual student. Yeah. Oh. I'm pulling cards for everybody. I had a full-on ego death the past little bit, and this is big dick energy. But this is big dick energy in a way that you've never done big dick energy before, where you can just, like, saunter through and be like, my entire life is crumbling, but it means that it wasn't meant for me. So I'm just going to trust it. I'm losing friends. I'm losing people that really apparently were just, like, fucking shit up for me in the back end. God's so good to me. God is so good. And I use the term God brazenly. So if that is triggering for you, please utilize the term universe. This this is the Saturn Capricorn card. He's got the glyph of Saturn in his hand. So sometimes when this comes up, I just look at where Saturn is in my own chart, where Capricorn is in my own chart, or, you know, where Saturn is transiting right now. So we just highlighted, walk away. Full moon coming up is in your house of relationships in 2 weeks. Walk the fuck away. Walk away. Walk away. Oh, where is it? Please go and watch the Virgo video near the end, because I don't want to repeat myself there. I feel like it would be advantageous for you to just look at the Virgo video, the new moon, and for the Virgo rising, not the introductory video, but please go watch the introductory video also, because nobody's coming. But so when the Devil card comes up, this is also just the 3D card. This is also just like the 3D material world. Material girl. Sorry. So Saturn comes up in the reading. Everyday life, practical service. One of my favorite Steve Jobs quotes that I've referenced before, that, you know, on the day that I quit, or my last day of an old corporate job, I had written it on my little note to my team, but it was it was a coworker had put it on their last day, and then I had taken it and reposted it on my last day as well. I just wanted full disclaimer. I don't know how to lie anymore. This spiritual stuff, I don't know how to lie anymore. So that was the reality of it. So this gentleman wrote this quote down. It was a Steve Jobs quote, and it was, and I quote, "For the past 33 years, before I did anything, I would look into the mirror and I would ask myself if I wanted to be doing what it is that I'm about to be doing. And if the answer was no, too many days in a row, I knew that something had to change." Steve Jobs. He's dead now. So look at your everyday life, and when you are putting yourself together and you're doing your routine, Libra, I would love for you to just ask yourself, am I excited about what it is that I'm about to do? And just keep a tally. Keep a tally and see how long that goes, and see if there's a repeating pattern of like this job or seeing this person or talking to this client is like over and over and over, it's just not slapping, then it's time to really look at removing it. Yeah, you are literally like with the South Node in your sign transit, it's literally like the planets are telling you we're about to transform you into a butterfly. But you actively have to crawl into and create the cocoon and trust God, the universe, whomever you talk to. Trust that this is intense shit, Libra. This is so intense. I'm not discrediting. I'm not mocking you. I'm just giving you every single bit of validation. I am here for you however I can support you. Please comment below if you are a Libra and you're going through it. Please let other Libras know. Please share this video with the fellow Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Please, let's get this information out, and let's just talk to each other as we go through these big transformations. I don't ever, yes, glow up in silence. Yes, hustle and don't tell anyone, but vet. Who are your VIPs, Libra? Who are the people that you need to tell about these things? Please, there is a link to my Awakeners Crash Course and Quest that's on Gumroad. It is 2 hours and 45 minutes of me just spitting facts about your awakening if you were going through that. Please utilize these resources that I have available for you. Please reach out for a one-on-one. Please reach out for just a personalized recorded reading. You are not alone, Libra. This is intense. I love you. I love you so much.